just a little faster right now, doesn't it? As they stand alone right now. No cornermen. They're just ready to make the ring walk for the biggest fight that boxing can make.
Man, it's getting crazy, man. Just yesterday, we were talking about if the fight gets canceled, it's going to be because of COVID. Take a look.
There's a weird ass vibe going on around this fight. I don't know if it's gonna
Oh, whoa, whoa,
happen.
whoa, whoa, hold on a second, Black and Brown. Hold on, I gotta slow you down there, my guy. Did you just say you don't think the fight's gonna? You think it might not happen? Is that nah? Come
I'm
on now.
50-50, 50-50,
You 50-50.
50-50. This fight happens.
I'm
Hey,
gonna tell
you
you why
can't.
I think it happens. I'm gonna tell you why I think it has to happen. I'm gonna tell you why. Because of all the bullshit that has been said and all the accusations. If he don't fight this guy after all that shit, man, that's a hard pill to swallow,
Hey,
bro.
Shadow, it don't matter. His fans are still gonna support him, bro. It
I
don't
already got one
matter.
for you.
He could back
Yeah,
out. His
yeah.
Hey,
fans will
Black and
still
Brown,
support that
Black
shit.
and Brown, Black and Brown. I already got one for you. So lead him to the fight. If we really think that Wilder doesn't want to smoke, he's just gonna go and say, "COVID, I got COVID." It's, he's gonna be, "I got
Is
COVID."
it?
It's time. It's time to postpone it or take it longer. I got COVID. So maybe
Oh wait,
that's
hold. But now you trying to make it seem like Tio said he got COVID or something
no,
like
no,
that.
no, no, no.
I
I'm
think
saying
Tio
that's a
really got
perfect.
COVID.
No, that's a perfect excuse. What I'm saying is Wilder
Yeah,
can
it
use
is.
that as an
It
excuse.
is. Yeah, no, it's.
I
No
don't
one
think
can.
Tio got.
That's
I
the
don't
only way
think
you can
Tio
stop
got
it.
COVID. I just don't. I just didn't care.
You really don't think
I
he
don't
got
think.
COVID?
No, I don't think he really did. I think the
You think
date
the
was fucked
numbers were
up.
low?
The
That
numbers
yeah.
were low. Everything was just fucked up from that
Well,
whole
I'll tell you one thing,
night.
Black and Brown. I'll tell you one thing. I don't mean to cut you off, but I gotta say this real quick so people can just stop saying that shit, bro. Like he ain't ducking Cambosis. That's a fucking laugh, bro. You gotta think he ducking Cambosis.
Yeah, I don't think.
That's
I
just
don't think.
fucking hilarious, bro.
Yeah, I don't
Bob
think.
Arum,
I don't
my
even.
bad, my
It's like
bad,
Black
Rick.
and Brown said. It's like Black and Brown said. I don't think anybody even cares. I think they already know the fight's gonna be made. They're not even like, oh, this fight's never gonna be made. But I'm saying what I said it is this sense. If Wilder figures out a way, if he's feeling iffy, that's how they're gonna back out of it. And that's why when Black and Brown said 50-50, I was like, wow, you know what? You might be onto something. If Wilder feels some type of way in the last days, he might do something like that. Especially since it's already been out there and they're trying to say Tio did it, which I don't think he did, right? But he just backed out of the fight or whatever the fight was going on and they just need to postpone it, right? But and it was COVID probably, most likely. I can't say because I wasn't there, but that's what they say it is. So that's what we're gonna go with. That's what the same thing Wilder's gonna say in that sense. He's gonna say, "Hey, it might be that I have a sickness." So who knows, man? I really don't know, man. It's just wild out here, and boxing fans are frustrated, especially with the Wilder Fury one. Um, it's insane, bro. It wouldn't surprise me, Black and Brown, if something like that happens. But I don't know why people are tripped out on Teofimo's fight. It's gonna happen anyway, bro.
Once Bob Arum got back involved, then shit got all weird with Teofimo, and even after the Loma Nakatani fight, if you just go watch Bob Arum's interview right then and there, man, he lets it be known. He was like, "Oh yeah, he signed the contract and he got sick." Like, I don't know, man. Bob Arum got involved and everything got kind of shaky over there. So who knows if that fight happens? But one of the big clue for me with this fight not happening is there's no promotional for it. We haven't seen hardly anything for it. It's a huge fucking fight. It's 19 days away. No one's talking about it. Only guys on YouTube. ESPN's not talking about it, right? And PBC doesn't have a network to talk about it on. Because if you go back to the Showtime fight, did they say any? Did they even say one word about this fight on the Tank Davis
I don't
card?
think they did. I don't
Not
think they did.
one word. You want to know why? Because Showtime don't have nothing to do with it. This is just a PBC thing. So where is PBC going to promote this fight at? Where could they promote it at? They can't promote it on Showtime.
Well,
ESPN's going to do their
with
ESPN's going to
Tank,
do their own promotion. So where does PBC promote this fight at? They can't do it on Fox. They don't even fuck with Fox like that. So
well,
it's just
with Tank, they have the promotion on the internet, right? Like I saw it on a lot of like ads and shit like that. But I don't know how they're gonna do Wilder, bro. Wilder
they
versus
had the
Fury.
all
You're
access.
right.
They also had the all access thing. You know, Showtime does the all access, which is cool. Little storyline. Top Rank does the blood, sweat, and tears thing. You know, But we haven't even seen part 1 of that yet, and we should have already seen part 1 of Blood, Sweat, and Tears. But I think Top Rank's like, hey, fuck that. We're not doing no promo for this fight. What is the promo? Oh, Glovegate. So the way to promote this fight is giving boxing a black eye in the meantime.
Boy,
We're gonna discredit the sport of boxing just to promote this one fight, because the only promotion for this fight is Glovegate real? Did he really cheat? Can he do it again? Is he gonna be a clean fighter? That's the only promotion they have for this fight. So what you're doing, in essence, you're saying we're gonna give boxing a black eye just to promote this one fight. Fuck that. Fuck that. That shit don't even make no sense. That's why you don't see no promo for this fight.
Yeah, you're right, because Glovegate has to be brought up if it's because that's part of the whole storyline, right? So you're right. That's probably why they're not trying to promote it, because they're gonna have to bring up Glovegate, and PBC side doesn't want to bring that up no more, right?
No, bro, it just makes boxing look horrible. Think about
Right,
a casual
bro.
fan.
But
A casual fan tunes in to watch that fight, and that's all they hear is cheating. This guy cheated. This bad for boxing.
Yeah, but you don't think, but you don't think, Black and Brown, that if this shit don't happen, bro, you want to know why? Because listen, bro, I'm gonna tell you right now, and I'm gonna tell you why I feel like I kind of like, I don't know if I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, but I don't know if, I guess, okay, look, they were about to have Undisputed, right? So if you won the arbitration and then you don't get Undisputed, you move on, and then you don't fucking, you do all this shit, and even if they didn't even bring up the Glovegate, even if they didn't bring up anything, you know what I mean? I just, isn't that a loss of money, bro? Like, isn't that, do you see what I'm saying? Like, like they were right about to have Undisputed. Then he wins the arbitration. Then all that shit gets pulled away. Then they do all this. They did have the conference, whether he had the headphones on or not, or whatever he was doing. I feel what you're saying, and I understand. Like, there is no a lot of like blood, sweat, and tears. Yes, and you know what? That is kind of weird. That is kind of weird that there is no blood, sweat, and tears. They usually have like a part 1, part 2, part 3, like when they had Loma and shit. And this is not. It's not like this is a low profile fight. This is a high profile fight, especially since they stopped Undisputed to fight this. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, if they pull out of this fight, bro, you know how much money is lost. You know how many people's gonna be fucking pissed off, bro. That's why I kind of feel like, I don't know, but I hear what you're saying.
You're right. You're right.
But people's gonna get fucking
wild,
mad, bro. It could be like a riot in the street and shit. Fuck it.
Hey, welcome to the sport of boxing, baby.
Yeah, right. It's wild. Yeah, bro. The promotion is it's weird how you said it. Now that I'm thinking about it, right? The promotion should be, they're trying to hide Glovegate, but that should be part of the promotion in a sense, if that's what they want. If they want to sell fights to casuals, make it a whole conspiracy, might as well run with it. But the reason they're not running with the conspiracy is because, like you said, Wilder side's trying to hide it due to him making him feel embarrassed about it, right? Right? Do you think casuals would be like all like amped up, almost like WWF style, if they WWE now style, if they were hearing all this? Because a lot of casuals don't know about all this weird shit that Wilder was going on about. And when they clicked onto the press conference, right, when Wilder had the little earmuffs on, they didn't get to hear much about it either, right? Unless they click on the internet, that's when they know about it. So it's just wild, bro.
Hey, can you guys hear me still? I had to switch. Yeah. Does it sound different, or do I sound higher or lower?
Sound the same, bro.
Okay, I sound the same. Hey, Troy Graham,
smells a little different.
Hey, we have Troy Graham in the building, everybody. Hey, what's going on?
Oh, that's what it is. That's what it is. All right, what's up, Troy?
Oh, okay, Black and Brown. I'm not here for you today. I'm saving it. Go ahead.
So what do you think about what we're talking about, Troy? So, well, first we talked about the Plant fight. We don't have to really go back on that. I think we talked enough about that. I just think that fight, we'll just take it day by day. I don't think it's gonna happen. But if it does happen, listen, prove me wrong. I love to be proved wrong in this sense. But what do you think about what Black and Brown is talking about as far as he thinks as far as the fight with Wilder and Fury 3? he's like, even though they've announced it, even though we have it, he says, "Yo, there's no blood, sweat, and tears. There's no episodes. They're not pushing it like they were." He could say he
Well,
got COVID or whatever. What do you feel about that?
well, Bracken Brown, I believe, borrowed that from me because I'm the man who said Wilder's retired, right? I'm also the man that said that Wilder Wilder already won this fight and he hasn't thrown a punch yet. I'm also the man that says that this stinks of WWE at its finest. That this is just some soap opera, which is going to lead to a fourth fight. I don't believe anything I see when it comes to this. But you were right, Bracken Brown and everybody else. Where are the promos for this fight? You
He
only got
definitely,
what?
you know, he just brought up a good point. And I at first when he
Yeah.
first said it, I didn't think about it, but then I just thought about it. Wait, when Loma fought this shit, they had like four, bro. And this to me, this is kind of a bigger fight to me because the with everything going
Mm-hmm.
on with the glove gate and everything, he's right. I mean, look, it ain't nothing like the undisputed. We all know that. I think a lot of the boxing pugilists, the people that are the purest of fans, wanted to see. We always want to see an undisputed to see who's the man of all guys at that weight class. But even with that, you got the glove gate and everything and all that shit that's involved. Like there is a lot of like, I don't know. It's just weird that there's no
It's, to be
episode.
honest with you, like I said, this is the soap operas WWE I, because I asked the question. Okay, so you won the arbitration, and then all of a sudden the fight is put together. You got the undercard all locked in. That means what? That means you two had to be talking beforehand, and you knew you were never going to take the fight with Joshua in the first damn place. That's what that means to me. And now his dad comes out and says that he don't want him to fight and have enough time. He's talking about he's coming in at 300 pounds. This is no promo for it. Somebody tell me something. Black
Hey,
and brown,
Troy,
tell me something.
Troy, it's
Yeah,
War Rapid. You really believe Fury was gonna fight AJ?
I wanted to believe it. Yes.
I didn't believe it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that
Black
wasn't
and
gonna
brown
happen.
did. Well, Black and brown didn't believe that me and Major Key had some kind of family connection either. He said, "Wow, you sure have a lot of dark people in your family or something like that." So
One thing.
yeah,
So do you think Wilder versus Fury 4 is already made in contract?
yes, and you call him label me a fool and all that. Yes, I think this is a friggin' soap opera. I think it's a damn soap opera.
I didn't label you a fool.
No, no, no. I'm telling you that you can, but I just
Okay.
believe that it is because all of this is just a bunch of nonsense to me. Why would you telling me that you have the biggest fight in your life sitting you in the face, right, with Joshua, and you didn't clear up the business with Wilder? Seriously? Come on now. No one's that stupid.
Do
So
you
when the
believe?
two
Do you? I'm sorry. Hold on, Rapid. I want to get to. I want to ask him this. Do y'all believe? How about this? I want to get y'all input on this, and anyone in the chat can answer too. Or I dropped the link to it. Hey, by the way, uh, anybody, anybody, anybody's more than free to come inside. I don't care. I don't care. Y'all can have any opinion you want. I don't. It is what it is. Um, are y'all of the opinion um that he knew the whole time when he was gonna fight Joshua that he was like that the arbitration was like I know he obviously knew what was going on or whatever, but did you think like he knew the whole time he was gonna fight Wilder again and just didn't say anything?
100%.
Me too. I knew the thing is I don't understand why people were making content about it when he was on the plane with Aram saying we're not. He was like a lot of times Fury was alluding to it, and they were alluding that they were gonna trick Eddie Hearn, or they were playing games with him that they were never gonna fight Wilder. They was just like leading him on. So I never believed they were gonna fight AJ. So I don't even think, and I think Wilder's side was even confused by it too, right? They were thinking like, oh, he's what's that word? He's ducking me from the contract and arbitration and all that stuff. And I think Fury all along knew we're gonna have to fight him. Like Bob Arum is a lawyer. He's not stupid. He knew they were gonna have to fight Wilder. They always knew it, right? But then again, like we know Arum is very petty, and he knew what he was gonna do to Eddie Hearn and AJ. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I always knew that this fight was gonna happen, and it was gonna be the fight that people were gonna have to see, not the undisputed.
So what Black and Brown, did you think he knew the whole time? Oh, well, Black and Brown is like 50-50 on the fight anyway, so shit.
Yeah, when it comes to the Fury Joshua fight, that's a hard call, brother. You got two different promoters. Two of them are now going at each other over that situation. That's a hard one to call. It's hard to say that they knew the whole time and Eddie Hearn would fall for that. You know, how does Eddie Hearn fall for something like that? I would lean more towards the side they all knew, even if Eddie Hearn knew, and they're building up, maybe trying to build up the Fury Joshua fight for after Fury beats Wilder. That's what I would go with that before I would go with, oh, Eddie Hearn just got played. I don't think Eddie Hearn got played. They all had to know that they were still in court and this stuff was in arbitration or whatever you call it, and that it could possibly be that Wilder wins and they have to fight a third time.
Well,
so maybe it was just all promotion for the undisputed fight.
Okay, well, the chat says you got some people in here that says, yes, Bob knew all along. The LDC is promoting Wilder. He said verbatim, he might fight Wilder next. The fact that Arum is friends with the arbitrator makes me believe the outcome is what they wanted the whole time. Then my man said, whoa, Shadow said, come inside. Shadow is wild. And then I said, hey.
Yeah, Karma Serene is saying exactly what I was saying. It was out in the public, man. A lot of the shit that was said, but that Arum and Fury were doing was out in the public. It's just that people really wanted undisputed, and they were just glazing over all that stuff. They just assumed that it was gonna happen when it wasn't, right?
Wait, but if wait, but hold on. Wait. So if that's the case though, I don't know, man. I don't know. Y'all don't just realize though, like we just saying that y'all realize how much money is on these fights though, man. For shit to be happening like that though.
That's why
playing with people's money, bro.
Furious. That's why Eddie Hearn was furious, bro. He got played. He's like, I can't believe he did this. I had already had like sites and all this shit in Qatar, or where was it? In over there in the Middle East. So he was he wasn't going along with it, but Arum was playing. Arum said he was gonna get back at Hearn ever since the Teofimo bid, remember?
Yeah, I do remember that. I do remember that when that bid was taking place. And you know what too? I'm glad you brought that up, bro. Remember how we were just talking, not to just hop off subject real quick, but we were talking about does Tio have COVID or not, right? Do you remember, Black and Brown, when Aaron when Bob Arum said around the time that they had the purse bid? Do y'all remember him saying something like, I don't remember what did he say again? He said he was going to get him back or something. He made some type of comment. Do y'all remember that?
Yeah, I don't remember the exact word for word. Rep it might know the word for word comment.
Yeah, I'll look it up. What did he say again?
You're talking about Arum saying commenting on Eddie Hearn making the bid?
No, he said something like the egg will always come back to the goose or something like he said something like that, and he was referring to Teofimo Lopez, and then like I think I'll find it, man. I'll find it. But anyway, I think like he made a comment referring to like, you know, like, because you gotta realize, bro, like that's kind of like fucking around with Bob, and Bob been in this game for a long time, and then you gotta realize, and then like Trilla picks up his purse, and then now it's been delayed 3 times.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You know what's crazy?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I have a question. All this
there
talk
you go.
about.
I'm sorry. The chicken will come home to roost. There you go. Thank you.
The
chicken will come home to roost.
Yeah, but I got a question. All this talk you hear on internet about Fury Wilder, do you really think it's going to help the pay-per-view sales at all? Because I think this fight's going to flop.
How much? How many sales did the first fight get? How many sales did the second fight get?
I'll look it up right now. And while I'm doing that, HLD, welcome, my brother, welcome.
What's going on, Shadow Ghost, man? First time on your live panel, man.
Yeah,
Thank you.
No problem. Everyone is all welcome. I gotta say the welcome in there before Comp Town starts making some
HLD.
What's going on, guys, on the panel? What's going on, Black and Brown? What's going on,
Hey man,
Troy? What's going on, Rapid?
hey man. Yeah, so
HLD.
listen, man. I heard that Wilder smoking weed to help him win this fight, man. You think it's gonna help him win this fight?
Depends on what strain it is.
Well, I tell
I'm
you
just
what,
messing with H. I'm
it'll
messing
help
with
him.
him. He
It'll
knows
help him from
why.
quitting.
Are
No,
you sure?
because what you wanted to make a point from what we were talking about the other night. If a man is in an arm bar and
Yeah. That's right.
he's high on drugs and he can't feel the pain from the arm bar, he can withstand the round to come out. You see? That's
See,
So
okay.
that's
so
the
so
point. It's not about
H
winning the fight. It's about yep.
no HOD. I want to ask since I have you on the panel. I think we've all asked already. How do you feel about Black and Brown saying that? Because he made a good point. He thinks that the fight, there's a possibility that it might not happen. There's no blood and sweat tears episode 1, 2, 3. The promotion is a little bit different, especially with the whole Glovegate thing. You would think they'd be taking advantage of that. I mean, that would be mad more promotion. That would bring mad more revenue to this fight.
I really honestly think that nobody gives a shit about this fight outside of the same demographics that saw the fight last time. And that's why they're not going to waste money on what it is. The same people are the same ones that are going to come out to see this fight. Nobody out of the demographics who saw it last time are going to give a shit about this fight. And that's just the fact. We're the only ones on YouTube who care about this fight.
I don't think we care about it. I just think it makes for good banter. I don't think most people care about it. At least on this side of the street, I don't think they care about it. The other folks over there, they might claim they care, but they keep their hands in their pockets when it comes to pay-per-view, and they steal the damn fight instead.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just like everybody calling Tank a superstar, but everybody who's saying that he is didn't buy the fight. So I mean, I don't think nobody outside of the demographics are gonna come out. So why waste money on stuff that is just not gonna make it grow that much more? It's not an exciting fight. Nobody wanted this fight. Everybody wanted to see the Undisputed, and I bet you that would have been great, crazy money. So to say that that Fury's gonna duck 75, make sense. It doesn't make sense. They just thought that they could have got away with voiding this contract with Wilder and go ahead with that fight. As the contract between Wilder and was already done over a year ago. They already had it done. There was nothing to negotiate. There was nothing. It wasn't a hard contract to make. It was already written. So when they decided that it was in their favor, then it's not that hard to make the rest of the fight. The contracts were already done. So it's not that big of a deal, I think. I think we read into it too much.
So you just think it's just the fact that nobody really cares, and it's that it looks like it's a big deal because of the certain people that are spreading it. And I see what you're saying. I said, well, still, you don't think that maybe like because I look at it like I look at it as like get as much money as you can out of the fight, right? Because the whole purpose of promoters and stuff like that is to get their kickback. And I think Black and Brown has a good point. Like you look at this whole Glovegate, as much as to me, it fucking sucks, bro. Because I know Anthony Breland, bro. Like I don't know him as personally. I mean, I know like that shit pissed him off. He had to stick up for his father, and we talked to him on a couple of different panels. And I don't like the trying to assassinate that man's character or whatever. But with everything from the excuses from the costume was heavy, the poisoning, the hand wraps, the egg weight. You could take all that, bro, and throw it into a promotion, bro, and fucking gain mad more money out of this shit, bro.
Well, that would have been only in favor for one person if they did that. That would have been just in favor to make Fury look good, but doesn't make the fight better. You know what I mean? And with the temperament nowadays in our society here in America, do we really want to have a promotional fight of, that it's, white supremacy against, the black?
Exactly, bro.
Who wants to promote that with the temperament nowadays in this country of a black and white?
Trump fans that are in boxing.
Man, that's
Trump
what
fans that are in boxing.
So do we want to go down that road and have another general?
Alphabet boys that are in boxing?
It's what rep it. That's what the entire media is, race baiting. So let's not lie like that's what it is, right? So that'd be a great promotion if they kept on race baiting. That'd just be on par with the media.
That's not a good thing for this country, man. We don't need that bullshit.
No, it's not. It's not a good thing for the fight. Not a good thing for anybody. No, it's not.
It's not a good thing, but that's what's happening.
Maybe not good for boxing. It's not what's
happening. Like they're not doing it.
Exactly, Shadow.
Maybe not good for boxing. Like I see the media. I do see the media Yes, the media does do that, and they do it on both sides. That's why I don't like watching the news. And so, but as far as boxing, but look, all I'm saying is that even with that, I guess maybe that's why they're not doing it. That's why they're not doing uh the whole promotion in the episodes, because people are gonna start asking questions and all that. And if they did do that, then yeah, it would be a more spotlight on, oh, he called him white privilege and all that. And with all the racial tension that goes on in this country, yeah, it wouldn't look good for boxing.
Well,
although it would bring more revenue, rep it, but in the long run, it would cause problems.
It'll be coming in the last week when they start doing the ESPN interviews, as in
The
ESPN
thing
has a
is
certain thing they're doing.
that
It's
there's
going to
no
be on
truth to
top
any of
rank
it.
in ESPN. So that's going to end up happening when they start doing the pre-week fight. The pre-week fight's a lot of the interviews are gonna be on ESPN, and on ESPN they already have a certain narrative they're going with. So I think they're gonna start ramping up that type of stuff 1 week up to the fight.
Let me jump in real quick. Let me jump in real quick.
Go ahead, Black America.
There's almost no way to promote this fight without making boxing look bad. Everything that Wilder has brought up in the meantime, it all makes the sport of boxing look bad. And it's okay if a boxer says some shit, one boxer, but for a whole network to start promoting something like Glovegate, that's why we haven't seen it. Something like Glovegate, something like Breland spiked this water. For a huge network to promote that, at the end of the day, that's horrible for the sport of boxing. That's exactly why we haven't seen it yet. But Wilder has left these companies. He's left them nothing but that. They don't have nothing to work with when it comes to Wilder. That's all that's been coming out of his mouth, and that's all that's going to continue to come out of his mouth. We've seen him do his YouTube interview. He keeps talking about white supremacy, white privilege, Glovegate. What else does he give the fans? What does he give the media to work with? He doesn't give them anything. So they can't do no promo, because it's going to make boxing, at the end of the day, it's going to make the sport of boxing look bad. And then let me say this one thing to say what Troy, to piggyback off of what Troy said. They're fans of him, but they don't want to come out the pocket. Let me just say this real quick. At Wilder Fury Part 2, that was a fucking home game. That was a home game for Tyson Fury. There was nothing but British fans in there singing British songs. Miss American Pie. That's what they do in England. They sing those songs, right? Caroline, Sweet Caroline, Miss American Pie. They sing those songs at their sporting events. That's what they were doing in Vegas. They turned Vegas into a home game for Tyson Fury. Now to piggyback off what Troy was saying, are Wilder fans gonna show up? Not only on YouTube, not backing these allegations, not, oh, I'm Team Wilder, I'm ride or die Team Wilder, I stick to code. Not that shit. Go show up at the fight where your dude needs you. Because last game was a fucking home game from the dude from across the pond. So are the Wilder fans going to come out of pocket, and are they going to show up? Not on YouTube, to the actual fight, to the actual heavyweight fight. Are they going to show up?
And look, just real quick. Go ahead, HOD. And when you're done, I have something. Yeah, because he just made a huge point, and I don't want to forget.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm just saying, look, the difference between news media and this bullshit Wilder thing is, at least you can prove what they say out there in the media. Oh, look at this motherfucker saying this racist shit. Look at this motherfucker over here saying this shit, and we can see the differences. But where's the evidence? With claims and shit? There's no media to pick this shit up and start pushing this shit when there's absolutely no evidence, because everybody knows it's bullshit. So even if they wanted to push it, they can't, because there's no evidence to back it up. There is nothing that backs up any of the claims that Crazy Wilder and his team have put out there. So there's no way anybody's going to push this fight. Like ESPN put it on their main network, all this bullshit, without it being real. Prove it.
Crazy Wilder.
But they can't even prove it.
Hey, look, just real
quick. They don't need to prove it. They don't need to prove it. That's why it's an allegation. They can say whatever the hell they want. That's what ESPN does anyway. They just put out information. So they're not gonna say, hey, I need to prove that what Wilder said about white privilege. Nah, let's talk about white privilege.
Code, man. It's not the same like what we do.
They're gonna say that. They're gonna say, let's talk about white privilege on ESPN, because they already do it right now. If you watch ESPN, they talk about that all the time. So I don't know what's the difference between what Wilder's saying, ESPN is saying.
On real facts.
Hey, just real quick, because I want to say something as far as what Black and Brown said, man, because I think he made a huge point, bro. And before I forget, these guys that say that they support Deontay Wilder, right? They say, "Oh, my king," all this other stuff. It is what it is. If you support somebody, fine. I hear what he's saying. Like when he fought Fury, right? That was here. That was here. And it was more like for him, right? If y'all really supported that man, y'all wouldn't be giving him excuses, bro. Y'all wouldn't be giving him excuses. Y'all wouldn't be trying to do anything without any type of allegations, without any type of proof. That's why I don't think a lot of these guys are real fans. That's why. So a lot of these guys that say that, like I get people all the time when you go on other people's panel, bro. I get a lot of people that say, "Yo, I'm from Alabama, bro. I know what's really going on here." Okay, well, if you know what's really going on here, then why don't you tell Wilder that he got his ass whooped and yo, like he needs to work on some things, bro? Because if not, then you need to bring that proof. You need to bring that proof. But like, I don't understand. But it's like I don't like. I see different types of fans in this YouTube shit, bro. Like I see, like for instance, Black and Brown says, "I like Ryan. I like Ryan." But when Ryan does that fuckery shit, I'm gonna call him out. He even made a video. What was it? You said, "We're not falling for it." I forgot what it was. Black and Brown. It was something. Ryan,
Yeah,
we don't believe
this
you.
ain't TikTok. This ain't TikTok. We ain't falling for it.
This ain't TikTok. We ain't falling for it. Look, I was talking with Rep It earlier, right? He said that he disagreed. He thought I was too hard on Chris Colbert, and I am too hard on Chris Colbert because I look at it and I'm like, hey, I want the best for him. You know what I mean? So I criticized him. I criticized him maybe a little bit too much in my video. He's like, yo, I think you criticized him too much. He basically won that fight. Single like he won most of the rounds and stuff, and I think he was just a little bit too hard on him. And see, that's the difference between different type of fans to me that really support somebody. That you might give them healthy criticism, but it's because you really support that person. You ain't gotta make those little fucking excuses and say shit. And then when it's really time to support that person, you ain't there. So it's like you said, when it's time to see how many people are in the seats, we gonna see. We gonna see. And if he loses, like I said, I just want to see how people are going to react. And if he wins, good. Salute to him. You know, he's been training a whole year. I don't really care who wins this fight, but I have a feeling that if he does win, they're going to make it seem like he never lost that second fight. It's going to prove that he was cheated. It's going to prove all this other shit, which makes it just bullshit because there was no proof with the allegations. And so I don't know, man. This is why, in a way, I kind of just want the fight to hurry up and get the fuck over with. But there's some good undercards with it too. You know, Ajagba versus Sanchez. I think I'm not sure if the Kalinowski and Helenius 2 rematch. I'm not sure if that's still on there or not. I know there's another dude. There's another undefeated fighter fighting Jared Anderson, I believe. It's all heavyweight card, bro. Classic, bro. It's good for like the card itself is great for boxing. It's just the bullshit that come along with it. A lot of these guys say they're fans. They're not fans, bro. And that's it. I mean, they are fans. Maybe it's just the generation. It's the generation. I was watching Biz the other day, Showbiz, and I don't agree with everything that he says, but he says, yo, when they get on him in the comments, when he says something good about Wilder, they're like facts. But when he says something like, oh, I don't like the fact that he's got his left hand down, they're like, take that Wilder shirt off. So he's like, he thinks it's just a lot of these guys are like young and they look at him like a god, like he does nothing wrong. And for the guys that are like 50, 60, 70 years old doing this shit, I don't know. Weird.
It's hella weird, right? You're right. You brought up the undercard of Fury versus Wilder. They have some good fights, man. Yeah, man. The thing is I think everybody on this panel is not gonna feel hurt, or it's not gonna feel hurt or like some type of emotional thing if either or win, right? The only ones that are gonna be having mental issues are the ones that are really riding with that Wilder radicalism, right? Those are the ones that are gonna have an issue dealing with a defeat of Wilder if it happens. The rest of the card, though, I like Frank Sanchez versus Ajabe, and I'm taking Frank Sanchez. I don't know what anybody else thinks about that, but I just think Frank Sanchez is going to show something. I got Jared